it was not interesting to me to especially show this character in a agonizing, painful, traumatized, you know, we've seen a lot of it, and it's real, that's allowed to be there, but we're also allowed to have other kinds of stories too. My name is Bilal Baig. I am the co-creator and star of Sort of, which had its world premiere at Séries Mania last night. The series follows the life of a character, the character that I play. Their name is Sabi, and they're currently juggling a couple of things. They've got a job as a nanny, they work at a queer bar as well, and they're trying to manage their relationships to their friends, to their loved ones, to their family, and along the way, they learn a lot of things about themselves and how to become a truer version of themselves.
I'm gonna ask you some questions. Are you in the right place in your life?
In terms of...
Are you using any of the skills you learned in electricity school?
Electrician school?
Are you happy living with your straight-ass sister?
Get up, it's the middle of the day.
Dating your homo-ish boyfriend?
Oh shit, he's cheating on me. And he went back to women.
What are you hoping will happen? That you just keep being the way you are and everything's magically gonna change?
I'm a nanny.
Like Mary Poppins?
I co-created the TV show with Fab Filippo, and it is really the expression of the thing in between myself and Fab, and it really just came from us trading life stories and getting a sense of each other and each other's humor, and then so yes, absolutely inspired from parts of my life and inspired by parts of his life too, and we just kind of were just interested in trying to make each other laugh, and then actually through that is where the show was born. From the start, when Fab and I were talking, I was very clear that it was not interesting to me to especially show this character in a agonizing, painful, traumatized, you know, we've seen a lot of it, and it's real, that's allowed to be there, but we're also allowed to have other kinds of stories too. And so yes, them existing in everyday life and having other people who are also trans or cisgender also dealing with Sabi and existing in their lives too. You know, that was really important for us.
Who are you exactly?
I'm here to take her home.
Is this your nanny?
You want to talk about yesterday, don't you?
You're so real. I'm glad our kids have been exposed to you.
I'm glad I exposed myself to them. And I think what's also going to be really great for people who get to watch the show is the journey that both the mother and Sabi go on together. You know, it's also not, it's not straightforward either. It's like they take a step together and then a couple steps back, and then they're really trying to see each other, you know, but it's difficult if you've lived your life in a certain way for so long and the communication isn't always there. And again, yes, it's not, again, not something that is life-ending. It is just, as we, I think, all have complicated relationships with our parents sometimes, and so that's absolutely a part of the show, too. I really do recognize if it weren't shows like Orange is the New Black and Pose, Euphoria, these shows really broke the ground, you know, because I don't think if they didn't exist, I'm sure it would have been more difficult, but I think with us, we were greenlit, and I think the networks knew that there was enough of a cultural awareness of who trans people might be, and I think there was an attraction to how we were telling the story too, not just the identities of the character, but again, watching this person in everyday life became the thing that, that feels a little fresh, like we haven't quite seen that yet, so. 2 weeks before we got to camera, I had that time just to prepare for acting. And I really indulged in research then and really made sure that I was able to know what the differences are between myself and Sabi, because that was important. I didn't want to just play myself. I trained as an actor in theater, and so it was important that I was able to bring my creativity and imagination to the character. And so I think some things were difficult in terms of the arc that the character goes through. There are emotional moments, and but in terms of preparing for them, it felt kind of natural, because Sabi feels like someone I really know and is definitely parts of myself in that character, and then having that writer's room was just so instrumental in me really understanding the character.
People in your life who are going to love you, they're gonna love you anyway.
You wear makeup and care for children. If you're not a girl, what are you?